What's up? Yeah, come on. I.O.W. Sports Network, late night edition. Let's go. Come on.
We about to raise the bar. Wild card mar. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Lisaga. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card mar. We about to raise the bar. Wild card mar. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Lisaga. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card mar. Hey. L Boogie with the hot flame, ashtray full of top names, little tree for your membrane. This the 9-hour time frame. I just snatched up a 6-pack, got my hands on a lid pack, whipping up a little batch of snacks. Yeah, man, I think I'm all set. Late night, can't sleep. Go ahead and just tap in. Better grab you a cold one, and we about to get some laps in. Wild card on the microphone, he'll hit you with a couple flurries. Y'all need to just strap in for some entertainment sports commentary. About to raise the bar. Wild card bar. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Lisaga. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card bar. We about to raise the bar. Wild card bar. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Lisaga. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card bar. Hey. Wild card bar. Wild card bar. I.O.W. Late night sports. Wild card bar. Wild card bar. I.O.W. Late night sports. Wild card bar. Wild card bar. I.O.W. Late night sports. Wild card bar. Wild card bar. I.O.W. Late night sports. Hey.
Give me a second, let me light up real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, welcome to the I.O.W. Sports Late Night Hour Edition, hosted by Mr. Modelo himself. You already know the name by now. You know what I'm saying? Wild Card Mar. You already know the vibe. Pull up, let's go.
We about to raise the bar. Wild card bar. Everybody. What's up? 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 How's everybody doing tonight? It's your boy Wild Card in the building. How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome to another episode of I.O.W. Sports Late Night Hour Edition, episode 248. As always, the play upon the pimp. I call him Silent Hill TDS. Y'all call him Silent Hill TDS. 40 Water. That's my boy right there. Make sure you're going over to Hitchhikers on YouTube. Show my play upon the pimp some love. And of course, while you're over there on YouTube, please do not be shy. Going over to all our social media content for platforms, I should say, that are related to I.O.W. Sports Network. So I.O.W. Sports Network is the address for our Facebook page, Instagram page, and most importantly, our YouTube page. Our YouTube page is where all the content is at. That YouTube channel has all the content, literally all the I.O.W. sports shows, all the late night Al edition shows, all of the no name podcasts geared towards you Detroit Lions football fans. The Wild Card Chief, hosted by myself. That's there for the Chiefs fans. So we got a little bit of everything on there. You can always check out the big homie Nick Shine on Proud New York Jets fan page on YouTube. So we got a lot coming down the pipe, and just show us some love. And always, you can catch us on Twitter at I.O.W. Sports 1. All that information is posted underneath. You can get some merch. You can go to the Facebook page, and at the top of the Facebook page, you'll see myself rocking some merch. And hit that link and copy yourself some merch. You feel me? But no, we appreciate all the love and support, and y'all know the deal is, spread the word what we got going on. But of course, man, let's talk some sports, y'all. Y'all know the deal. I mean,
Man, not a bad Thursday night football game. Not a bad game at all. But can we have the conversation about when you gotta know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. You should have stayed your ass at home, old punk ass Tom Brady, cause you're looking real fucking shady. I mean, we gotta have the conversation, y'all. We gotta have the conversation. I mean, it's getting pathetic. It's look, I'm not saying the Buccaneers are completely out of it, but now 3-5. I mean, Tom Brady still still didn't look nowhere close as great as he wants to be. I mean that performance tonight wasn't nothing spectacular at all. I mean, this is just a weird season. I mean, what Tom Brady throws. First of all, you're not doing well when Tom Brady has to attempt to throw the football that many times. 44 times. You throw the ball 44 times, Tom Brady. I'm sorry, that is no longer a recipe for success. Maybe 15 years ago when you're a little bit younger, maybe even 10 years ago when you're at 35. But for you to be throwing 44 times, 26 or 44, so a little bit above 50%. So he's more around 57, 58% completion percentage. That's not Brady-esque. And I mean, say what you want in this game, man. Tom Brady is still skipping footballs to his receivers, man. Still skipping footballs. I mean, here's the deal. Are there a lot of things not going right with the Buccaneers? Yeah, there's a lot of things not going right. Defense isn't playing up to par. They got a lot of injuries on defense. Offensive line is inconsistent. Well, they got injuries on offensive line. You got injuries to playmakers, wide receivers in and out of the lineup. No consistency there. So there's a lot of things that aren't consistent right now with this offense. You know, and yeah, and that's another thing, Matt. They are. I didn't understand why they ran away from the game plan. I mean, even if you're not successful, you stick to what gets you into this or keeps you into this game. And running the football, man. Come on, you only run the ball 15 times. This game wasn't out of hand. You were still in the game midway through the third quarter. If anything, all you do is continue to run the football, keep your defense off the field. Because really, if you really want to look at where the Buccaneers really lost this game, look at time of possession. Just stop what you're doing, go over to the play charts. I'm sorry, the stats, and go look at time of possession. The Ravens are literally almost at 40 minutes, and the Buccaneers are at 20 minutes. It's a 60-minute game. I mean, you tell me where they run it at. You know, and I don't understand that. I'm with you on that. I see the stats that you posted up, Matt. I don't understand why Fournette only got the football 9 times. Absolutely makes no sense. It's not like the Ravens have been a stout defense all year. Ravens haven't been stout all season. We got to remember this is a team that has given up 3 double-digit leads. And for a second, they kind of had me worried too at the end of this game. I ain't even gonna cap. I'm not even gonna cap. Just the way that the Ravens have been playing this year. Hey, there's been a couple of games. I'm like, y'all should have won that. What? How did this team come back? And for a second, I was like, oh. If there's ever going to be a quarterback to change his season around, hey, James, what's up? What's up, man? And James, you bring up a good point. Not only there's communication issues, and here's why I agree with you on the communication issues. Even though there's been inconsistency with players in and out of the lineup due to injuries on both sides of the football, Mike Evans, for the most part, has been here, been in the lineup all season, minus the 1 game suspension. But when Mike Evans and Tom Brady aren't on the same page, having the well, I'm not gonna say disagreements, but you gotta communicate a little bit more. Now there's some communication issues when Mike Evans and Tom Brady are having issues. But here's my biggest piece of discussion when it comes to Tom Brady and any team that he plays on. Obviously, we know about the success in New England. We know about that. But here's one thing that's really starting to really get to me this year is there's a lot of things that are going wrong with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but none of them seem to be Tom Brady's fault. How was that so? Did y'all see Tom Brady play tonight? If he wasn't throwing it behind the receiver, he was throwing it short. Like skipping footballs damn near 5 yards before it got to a receiver. Like we got. Here's my biggest thing especially when it comes to quarterbacks. Like they'll get all the praise, but when they don't play well, like we got to be honest. I don't care if he's a future Hall of Famer and he got 7 Super Bowl victories and he's been to the Super Bowl 10. I don't give a damn. I'm looking at each game by game. Did you show up or did you not? In the last 3 games, Tom Brady has not shown up. There's no debate on that. There's no debate on that. To me, there's no debate on that. Hold your quarterbacks accountable. Y'all do it with Daniel Jones. When Daniel Jones is turning it over and he's tripping over the grass on an 80-yard run, or he's throwing it in the double or triple coverage, or fumbling all over the place because he ate some Popeye's chicken or got popcorn, Butterfingers. But we got to do the same for Tom. I get it. There's a lot of distractions going on with Tom. And we talked about it earlier on today's show at 3 o'clock. There's a lot of things going on with Tom that traditionally ain't happening. We ain't hearing about his private life. Let's start right there. When's the last time y'all actually heard of Tom dealing with some private mess? Of his own exclusive private life being thrown out in the media like this. This is the first time we've ever heard of that type of distraction with Tom Brady in his personal life. And it's something that's near and dear to him. It's about him and his lady. His lady is tired. She don't want him playing football no more. She mad that he reneged on his retirement. Okay. Say what you want. It's a distraction. Because I'm willing to bet when he took off 11 days in training camp, that's probably what it had to do with. Let me try to fix my marriage. Which is, I get it. Go fix your marriage. I get it. But the uncharacteristic part is no matter what, that Tom took off from training camp. That's not characteristic. That's not true Tom Brady that we've seen over the last 22 plus years. Oh, the game that they lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers, he missed a Saturday walkthrough because he was at a wedding the night before. Okay. So you seeing uncharacteristic things happen with Tom. And now say what you want. Say what you want. I've never been the biggest lover of Tom Brady, but I will always say this. I see guys that love him because he's the ultimate team guy. He's a team guy. He's a rah-rah team guy. And for him to do certain things that aren't so, beneficial for the team, but, he got to do what he got to do for himself. You're like, oh, this is something we don't normally see from Tom. Oh, this is something that doesn't normally happen on a regular. It's not on a regular that Tom misses Saturday walkthroughs or takes 11 days off from training camp. I'm not the biggest Tom lover, but I've seen multiple times that players love playing for this dude because he's a team rah-rah guy. He's a team guy. So lately, it's uncharacteristic things that don't look so team rah-rah-ish. You feel me? It seems real, I'm going to do whatever the hell I want to because I'm Tom Brady type of behavior things. And I get it. Personal things, cool. I get it. But understand, time that you could have been, handling business on your job, because this is still your job. Maybe you ain't 3-5. Maybe you at least 5-3. Maybe it's the other way around. Because what you doing losing to Pittsburgh? Hell, you almost lost to Atlanta. Got bailed out by a whack ref in the passer call. But man, hey, you know what, mate? Could be 2-6. They should be. Honestly. They should have lost that Atlanta game. But, at some point, we can't keep using, injuries as an excuse. Who is here and who ain't there as an excuse. And the reason why is because, hell, nobody is given that same leeway when it comes to them. Daniel Jones ain't given that same leeway. Carson Wentz isn't given that same leeway. Patrick Mahomes ain't given that same leeway. Josh Allen ain't given that same leeway. It's funny. Big homie Nick was on the show today, and he said pretty much half of his life, Brady has been the golden boy in the NFL. And guess what? He still is. I don't understand it. I don't get it. He is pretty much just the NFL's golden boy. Can't do no wrong. Nothing ever is his fault. And I don't get it. Because we got to be honest about Tom Brady's performance the last few weeks. It's been schmecked, garbage, dookie, basura, hot garbage. Say what you want. Especially from a guy who was voted number one by the players, led the league in passing yards and TDs last year. That don't look like the same guy. Don't look like the same guy to me. So whatever that TB12 regimen he was doing, he better get back to that. Better get back to that, right, Tom? Or better yet, go tell Modelo go sponsor the podcast, Tom. Tell him to do that. Boy, that shit get good. But But let's also look at this game from the Ravens side. Hey, wait away. Get you a road victory. Lamar Jackson finally gets his victory over Tom Brady and that 1v1 head on. You know, they get that. They get the he gets that. Lamar Jackson gets that victory over Tom Brady. It's not often every people get to say they can beat the GOAT. Hey, might as well try to get you a dub on over him before he finally officially hangs him up. Why not? But this is what I need from the Ravens. Is more of this, more grittiness, more control, domination. They control it. They control time of possession. Dominated. Ran the ball 33 yards for 231 yards as a team. Oh, goodness. You talking about controlling the trenches? Baltimore said, put up or shut up. We gonna knuckle up every play. Man, they did their damn thing. And hell, Lamar Jackson he didn't have to ball out. 27 of 38, 238 yards, 2 TDs. My goodness. He added 43 yards on 9 carries in rushing. Great running as a team, man. Justice Hill puts 4 carries, 28 yards. Devin Duvernay, 2 carries, 33 yards, and a touchdown. Lamar, like I said, added 9 carries, 43 yards. Kenyon Drake, 7 carries, 62 yards. Gus Edwards, 11 carries, 65 yards. Controlled the line of scrimmage. Absolutely controlled the line of scrimmage. Shout out to Isaiah Likely. 7 targets, 6 catches, 77 yards, and a TD. Stepped up big. Stepped up huge once Mark Andrews went down. Mark Andrews is Lamar Jackson's number 1 target. Hell, I got to give a shout out to Demarcus Robinson, former Kansas City Chief. 8 targets, 6 catches, 64 yards. He made a couple of good plays. So you saw a couple of people step in once Mark Andrews went down, and then next thing you know, Baltimore said, we're just going to bludgeon y'all to death and just run it down your throats, and y'all can't do shit about it. Gassed them out. Tired them out. I mean, my goodness. If they could do more of that, if Baltimore could do more of that and their defense contains their opposing team, I don't see why Baltimore can't make a good run at this. I don't see why they can't. And Al Michaels brought up a good point. So after this, they go on the bye. You get the 2-5 Saints, been struggling. After that, you get 2-5 Panthers. You know, these records are what they are right now, but I'm just throwing them out there because this is the level of competition that the Ravens are going to be playing. Jaguars at 2-5. Broncos at 2-5. Steelers at 2-5. Browns at 2-5. Falcons at 3-4. Steelers again at 2-5. Bengals at 4-3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9 games, and 8 of them are against teams who are under 500 right now. Let me say that again. Baltimore Ravens have 9 games left. 8 of their games are against teams who are under 500. 8 of 9. 8 out of 9 teams that they've played are under 500 currently right now. And I get it. They're not supposed to. There's no guarantee that these teams are going to be the same by the time the Ravens play them. But boy, does that look damn favorable for the Baltimore Ravens to not only make moves in their division, you got to look at how that schedule favors them and how they can make possible moves in the whole AFC. Unfortunately, you already lost to Buffalo. They got the tiebreaker on you. But you're only one game behind the Chiefs. You're only 2 games behind the Buffalo Bills. That puts you in good standings, how I see it. You can control your own destiny. You can make a difference whether you get that bye, or get that home game in the playoffs. Obviously, there's only one team that gets to bye now since there's 7 teams in the playoffs. But man, you look at that schedule and I'm hard pressed to see why can't the Baltimore Ravens run the rest of that schedule. That's a possible 14, 13 wins on their whole schedule once it's all said and done. If you go based off how these teams that they got on their schedule look right now, Bengals is the only squad that they got that's over 500. I mean, you can only play who's put in front of you. And the way that schedule looks for the Ravens, man, boy, that looks pretty damn favorable for them. And then just imagine had they won the games, those 3 games that they had double-digit leads in. Man, my goodness. My goodness. You're possibly looking at damn near a 7-1 team right now. Had they took care of business with those other games. I mean, it's quite possible. Hell, the 3 losses that they got was the 3 games that they blew it. I'm not saying they should be, but hell, you can make a case they should be 8-0. Ravens could easily be 8-0. But I think they had the right game plan. Let's run the ball, control time of possession, because as you saw, that defense, pass defense is still beatable. They still haven't figured everything out for the pass defense. But I think the Baltimore Ravens are going to be an interesting team to look out for towards the down the stretch. And I'm not saying they're going to overtake KC or Buffalo, but I think Baltimore can hang with both of those squads. I think they really can. Hey, say what you want about Lamar Jackson. He's playing terrific this year. He's playing absolutely terrific this year. It hasn't been a lot of lowlights. You definitely had a 10-1 ratio on highlights to lowlights. That's how great Lamar Jackson is playing so far this year. In my opinion, front runner of the MVP. I could go between him and Josh Allen right now. Both of them are doing quite well. Both of them doing quite well. But no, just keep your eyes peeled for these Ravens, man. I don't think it's a done deal for these Ravens. I don't think it's a done deal at all. Of course, with that being said, always keep your eyes peeled on what can go down on the trade deadlines. Y'all see, been quite a few trades. Obviously, Robbie Anderson goes from to Carolina to Arizona. James Robinson. I thought that was a good trade. With the James Robinson on to Jacksonville to the New York Jets. I thought that was a good move. Just to obviously you feel that Travis Etienne Jr. is pretty much going to get the reins down in Jacksonville, and Jacksonville was like, "Hey, here's a good bat, done well for us in Jacksonville, but we're ready to move on." And the Jets, I think you get a solid veteran running back. Unfortunate injury to Brees Hall, who was looking good. But I like it. I mean, you can't be too mad. You still got a Michael Carter from UNC last year. So, you're not too hurt at the running back position. I'm more concerned with that loss to Vera Tucker than I am Brees Hall. I like that trade. I like the trade that the Eagles did. Go out and go get Robert Quinn. And I need to remember what was the compensation that they gave back to Chicago. I think was it a 4th rounder? Matt, look that up for me, bro. Was it a 4th rounder that they gave up Robert Quinn for? Either way, you didn't have to you didn't have to go crazy. You didn't have to go crazy to give him anything. You did you get that done. I like the McCaffrey trade for the Panthers. Is yet to be determined if that's going to work out for the 49ers. Reason why I like it for the Panthers is because look at it this way, y'all. If Tyreek Hill, who's been healthy for the last 6 years and has been as electrifying as he has been, got traded for 5 picks, the Panthers got back 4 picks for a guy that's been primarily hurt the last 2 years. So I like that trade for the Panthers. I absolutely love that trade for the Panthers. So I mean, you gotta give your hats off to the Panthers getting 4 draft picks for Christian McCaffrey. Now, the only reason why I say it would work out for the 49ers is if he could stay on the field. I mean, we got to be honest. We got to be honest with ourselves. McCaffrey hasn't shown the ability to stay on the field the last 2 years, and that's what's hurt his stock. So for the Panthers to get 4 picks, man, that means something. So I mean, you gotta, really look at the situation and as a fan. And don't get me wrong, there was a couple of nice runs from Christian McCaffrey against the Chiefs last week, but I saw some runs where he got stuffed. So it was, good things and bad things. But you just hope that he can stay healthy. You hope that he can just stay on the field. You hope that he's available. If he's available, it works out. It works out for the 49ers. If not, you just gave a lot of ammunition to a team that's going to take all those picks and try to better their team. Y'all really look at the Panthers. They look like they're not moving off Brian Burns, stud defensive pass rusher. Still got Shaq Thompson. Got Brown in the middle on the D line. Got Chin as a safety. Still got J.C. Horn in his second year as a corner. I mean, you got talent on that Carolina defense. just the way that the Carolina Panthers are going about it right now, it looks like they're saying, nah, we're not gonna retool this defense, but we gonna make sure we get everything else straight. Unfortunately, you're gonna be looking for a quarterback again. Yeah, Panthers fans, hey, keep pounding. Rawr! Yeah. Y'all don't sound real manly with your kitten cats right now. Y'all sound meow, meow. Sound like some weak pussies right now. Yeah. Cause boy, yeah. Y'all keep trying to address that quarterback position, man. Y'all keep trying. Teddy Bridgewater, Sam Darnold, who else? Baker Mayfield, PJ Walker. You went out and drafted Matt Corral out of Ole Miss in this year's draft. I believe 4th round or something like that. 4th or 5th round. Either way, you made the trade to get Baker Mayfield. You've already made a trade to get Sam Darnold a few years back after it didn't work out with Teddy Bridgewater. You brought Cam back for a second stint, thinking that was going to rejuvenize the franchise. That lasted all but 5 minutes of that rejuvenation period. Now, you need to figure out something, Panthers. Figure out something, because whatever it is y'all doing at the quarterback position, it just ain't working. Boy, y'all struggling to find y'all quarterback, and it's costing y'all, because that defense is actually nice. And what happens when you get your defense stuck on the field all game? Oh, you run into a situation tonight where the time of possession is 40-20, pretty much. You know what that means? It means your offense ain't sustaining drives, and your defense can't get off the field. They're about to get gassed out. Proof was in the pudding tonight. And that's what's happening to teams. That's what's happening, especially to the Carolina Panthers. Luckily, Carolina, after getting rid of your top offensive weapon, I don't know, suddenly found the end zone against Tampa Bay last week. Well, please don't get that confused and twisted, Panthers fans. Don't expect that to be irregular. Y'all still still trash, basura, garbaggio on offense. You still dookie. Because I still ain't answered the quarterback position. You don't have a permanent mainstay in the building to say that that's our quarterback from here on out. Y'all ain't got that yet. Y'all still got a whole bunch of people trying to figure out, well, who's gonna be the starter? Who wants it more? Right now, it's playing musical chairs at the quarterback position in Carolina. So, PJ Walker won't be the long-term solution. So you're going to have to turn back to either Baker Mayfield or Sam Darnold. Oh, man, gosh. Greatest quarterback room in NFL history. Boy. Man, big news. Kadarius Toney. Yeah. I forgot about that trade. Kadarius Toney comes over to Kansas City. Giants get a 3rd and a 6th round pick, but that 6 could turn into a 5. Oh, look, I like Kadarius Toney, and I said this early on the day show. I think Chiefs only make that move because I think Kadarius Toney is there to help them on special teams. They're not satisfied with the growth of Sky Moore on special teams. Maybe they want him to just concentrate on being a wide receiver. Not sure yet. But I also think that it's that element of that explosiveness that Kadarius Toney has that will remind him of Tyreek. Say what you want. I'm a Chiefs fan. Y'all know this. I think the offense is just fine without Tyreek. Been doing great without Tyreek. Leading the league in points. One of the best efficient red zone teams. You know? And so I was just fine before this trade. But I'll say this. If Kadarius Toney can stay healthy, keep his mind focused, and take some of that 4.2 blazing speed that he has and take the top off, bring back some explosive plays for the Chiefs, I'm not going to be mad at it. Trust me, I won't be mad at it at all. But I was just a little head scratched by that trade. That's all. Because I just didn't see that coming about. But we can also say this. Sometimes, you know, environments matter. Circumstances matter. I know the Giants are off to 6-1 start this year, but there's only been scratched or not available. You know, he says he's healthy. But I think it was clear. I think it was evident. Kadarius Toney and the Giants were pretty much going separate ways anyway at some point in time. But just look at the ladder. I know Brian Daboll's a hell of a coach, but would you pass up an opportunity to get coached by Andy Reid on offense? Would you pass up an opportunity to have Patrick Mahomes as your quarterback instead of Daniel Jones? Who knows how this changes scenery, and going from Giants to Chiefs might change the way people might outlook at Kadarius Toney. Might change that outlook. Don't know. I will say this. I do remember the Chiefs were looking at Kadarius Toney in the 2021 draft. I do know that they were looking at him for sure. So, you know, maybe the Chiefs are looking at what they were scouting on him in 2021, and they weren't able to get him, and this might be his. You know. Oh, he's a rapper too? Call himself Lil Joker? Okay, I'm gonna have to check out Lil Joker's mixtape. Lil Joker. Baby Joker, no more locked doors. But the biggest news, Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase with the hip gonna be out 4 to 6 weeks. That's a big blow. It's a real big blow. I'm not saying that is a deal breaker, but it just this point in the season, because we're about almost at the halfway mark. And by the time this injury is done, 4 to 6 weeks, you're talking about you're going into December, because we're pretty much in November. You know, minimum is 4 weeks, so that's a month. So you're talking about going into December without one of your top weapons. Hey, it's a lot to ask for. It is, but we can't sleep on the fact that the Bengals have one of the best trios in the receiving room. You know, Jamar Chase is 6th in the league with receiving. Tyler Boyd is 18th in the league with receiving. And he's tied. Matter of fact, he's tied with T. Higgins, his other receiver, in Cincinnati in the league. So between three receivers of the Cincinnati Bengals, all three are in the top 20 of receiving stats in the NFL in receiving yards. You know, so we and not to mention, Tyler Boyd is 12th in the league in receiving touchdowns. Jamar Chase is tied for second. So not only are they getting yardage, they getting in the end zone. I mean, you can't make this up. So are they gonna have a slight step back? I think that's obvious. Obviously, we know what Jamar Chase is and what he does. You know, and how impactful he is to Cincinnati since he's been there. It's a no-brainer. There's going to be a slight dip, but I don't think it's a season killer. I think I think Cincinnati has enough. Obviously, there's going to have to be an elevation in play from Joe Mixon, Hayden Hurst, Samaje Perine. You know, Boyd and Higgins doing their thing already. They was doing their thing before the injury to Jamar Chase. All that means is they're just going to get elevated numbers and targets, just more opportunities. So you got to make more plays. But don't be surprised. Hell, you see Samaje Perine and Joe Mixon get more touches. Hell, don't be surprised if the Bengals make a trade. There's a guy in New York, Elijah Moore, that wanted to leave. Make a pass for him. Hell, I would call the Rams about Allen Robinson. Hey, it ain't working out with y'all. We'll take him off your hands. So I wouldn't be surprised if they make a move before the trade deadline. But one thing's for sure. I think the Bengals will be just fine. Will they be as explosive? Probably not. But I don't think that it's a 100% deal breaker. Yep, they're done. Can't do nothing with them. No. Obviously, they got the Browns, Panthers, Steelers, Titans, Browns again. I'm sorry. Browns, Panthers, Steelers, Chiefs, Titans, Browns again, Buccaneers, Patriots, Bills, Ravens. So stiff of your competition, you got three of them. Three out of the 9 games you got left. Or I'm sorry, the 10 games you got left. Three of them are going to be top competition. The other 7, and you're already at 4 wins. I don't see why you can't get 11 wins. 11-6. I don't see why. That's not possible. And that's dealing with the injury of Jamar Chase. But I don't think it's a soul crushing loss to lose Jamar Chase for 46 weeks. Obviously, it's not ideal. That's a no-brainer. It's never ideal to lose your top receiving threat. But just looking at the schedule and looking at how the Bengals have been progressing lately, and especially progressing on that offensive line. Hey, they ain't giving up as much sacks as they were first half of this season, first few weeks. Joe Burrow was still getting beat up like he was last year. Them sacks will slowly come down. Say what you want. I mean, say what you want. You can't be mad at what the Bengals are doing. I mean, for instance, first few weeks of the season, when they lost to Pittsburgh early on, Joe Burrow got sacked, what, 7 times? Okay. Surely it has to get better. All right, let's see what we do against the Cowboys. Okay, got sacked 6 more times. Okay. So what's that? That's 13 already in 2 weeks. All right. Let's there's got to be some improvement in week 3 against the Jets. Okay. We do. 2 sacks. Okay. Got some improvement going on right there. All right, here come the Dolphins. 2 in them. Okay, only gave up 1 sack. Look at that. Okay. Baltimore. We see Baltimore. Yeah, you lose that game. Okay. Only gave up 2 sacks. Not too shabby. All right. Got the Saints. They've been known to get after it. Okay, gave up 3. Not more than what you want, but let's be honest, from what you were to that moment. Okay, I get it. Okay, got the Falcons. Now, okay, only gave up 3. Okay. But we got to understand, we talking about the Bengals. When you give up 3 sacks, that looks like a 0 sack game to what they normally do when you give it up 7 and 6 in the first 2 games. So the Bengals have done a better job of making sure that, hey, let's keep Burrow upright. And it's been showing. Proof's in the pudding. When you go from 7 and 6 in the first 2 to either 1, 2, 3 max, good improvement. So, hey, control the amount of times that Burrow gets touched, the better chance you got to win. Point blank, period. I think that's pretty simple with the Bengals. That's what they are. If you get to Joe Burrow, that determines if you win the game or not. And not just get to him, but actually get the sacks. Chiefs got to him in the AFC Championship game. Guess what Burrow did? He ducked, twist, turned, got out of multiple sacks. I think that's one thing that's underrated about Joe Burrow. We got to be honest about what's one thing that's underrated with Joe Burrow. Is he the most mobile guy in the world? No. But I know one thing about Joe Burrow that translates very damn well. He's sneaky athletic. He can get out of some sacks. I've seen him do it. But got to be honest about the situation with especially these young quarterbacks. In 33 games, 16 and 1. All right, I get it. You missed some games too. All right, cool. But hey, I said the same thing with Justin Herbert earlier. You got to start winning these games. You got to start being on the winning side. You can't just be talked about of, oh my gosh, this guy has these tools and that tools, and boy, he's going to be he's going to be phenomenal. But it's same thing with Burrow. I'm sorry, with Justin Herbert, under 500, and Herbert's talked in that conversation. Oh, he's up there with the Mahomes and the Allens and the Burrows. Oh. First, we need to have a real conversation about this real hierarchy shit. Where's Burrows, Herbert's, even Josh Allen's? Where they MVPs at? Where they MVP awards at? Where they Super Bowl wins at? Okay. Oh, we not ready to have that conversation yet. Because it ain't just about when you look good. I know a guy in Kansas City got the stats and the accolades. Don't get me wrong, y'all. The future looks bright for NFL quarterback. It does. Got Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Deshaun Watson when he finally comes back and stays out of trouble. You got Jalen Hurts look like he's on the up and coming. Can't forget about Justin Herbert looking good. Got the tools, need to win. Kyler Murray got the tools, need to win though. Joe Burrow, who else? I'm not ready to throw Tua Tagovailoa in there yet. No, not yet. Trevor Lawrence got the potential to still be in that conversation as young studs. Let's not forget about Trevor Lawrence. Look, he up and down the year so far this year. I get it. Let's see later in the year and going into next year where he's at. Because I think he's in a better situation with Doug Peterson, obviously, than he was with Urban Meyer. Let's not throw the book on. Let's not throw away Trevor Lawrence out yet. All right. Let's not forget how talented that man is. We got to remember, although this is year two, that rookie year being with Urban Meyer, man, you got to pretty much start over. Might as well scrap that year out. That year didn't even matter. Are there certain things he can learn? Yeah, obviously, but no. That season was a wash. Oh, let's not forget, the draft is going to be loaded with quarterbacks. C.J. Stroud, more than likely, is going to be number one guy. If I remember correct, Bo Nix might come out. You got Will Levis out in Kentucky that's been doing well. I mean, my goodness. It's going to be loaded with quarterbacks. And year after year after year, you're going to have to keep upping up the ante on quarterback play. And year after year, there's going to be more teams that's going to have to make a decision. Do we have the right guy in the building right now? If not, let's make something happen. You got to get that position right no matter what. Got to get quarterback position right no matter what. Because if you don't, boy, you're going to struggle. Boy, it's going to be hard to be a contender. Boy, is it going to be hard to get wins. Got to get quarterback position right. Got to. Absolutely have to. All right, y'all, that's the show. I know a brother been missing all week. We take care of some things. It's all good. But I want y'all to have a fantastic weekend. If, there's something newsworthy to talk about, we'll pop on, have a little conversation. But in the meantime, in between time, please go on over to all the social media platforms, I.O.W Sports Network for the Facebook, Instagram, and most importantly, the YouTube channel. And I.O.W Sports 1 is the address to the Twitter page. Give us a like, share, follow on all those social media platforms, and spread the word. What we got going on with this I.O.W Sports movement. Hey, appreciate the love, appreciate the support. Have a fantastic weekend. Let's reconvene and chop up, talk some sports Monday, 23rd hour. Walk on more. Peace and love. Happy weekend, y'all.
Yeah. Come on. Silent Hill TV, yes. Hitchhikers.
Yeah, smoking so much dope, I'm seeing traces. Visual lasers load across the scene is dangerous, aggressive like behavior. Couple monsters from my neighbors, resisting human nature. Persistently getting greater, bloodshed like the Terminator. Fire up the green, I need it, increase the dopamine. Feel better, so I kill better, doped up for cocaine. Boom.